We're not training in the metaverse. Like, we are going to be working out, lifting weights together in a community.
A portion of the market of people that like want to get in shape, but everybody has a body.
As the entrepreneur and as the people behind that, you have to really believe. Like, you guys believe in what you're doing and you feel it.
Because people think if they don't get in shape in 90 days or they're not profitable in 90 days, like, it's a failure. And I just think that that's like kind of a false premise.
I think some people who are first-time operators want to get to the finish line. You know, I think it says it on the board here.
The man who loves walking is going to go further than the man who loves it.
If you don't enjoy it and you get there fast, you're going to piss it away anyway. You're not going to keep it. You got to enjoy it to keep doing it. I think it's the biggest mistake people make is
it's not a straightforward answer to like where we're going. But I certainly believe that like while we are going to be more tech enabled and more data driven and we're more focused on stats and sort of all the other intricacies, like we are certainly not going to like a full virtual world. We're not training in the metaverse. Like we are going to be, you know, working out, lifting weights together in a community.
As long as we still have bodies.
Yeah.
Like I say, if we have bodies, they need to be maintained, man.
That's right.
Like you're going to feel it if you don't take care of it. I've heard of people, you know, like there's always like early adopters and stuff, but I've heard people now living in their VR goggles. So like they go to sleep with their VR goggles on. They do all their meetings. They do all their activities throughout the day, like with these things.
Isn't it scary to think about where we could go? Like how?
Well, there's already people like they're trying it. They're trying to do it, but I can't help but think like, dude, you still have a body underneath those goggles.
It's
you can do this for a while, but till you like upload yourself like into the void, like you're going to have to take care of the body that you're in. You're going to feel it. Everything we do is done with our bodies. I do think in the next like 10, 20 years, the idea of fitness is going to shift toward like a realization of what, like, this is just body maintenance. This is life maintenance. Cause we don't really think about it now. Like it's thought of as let's get in sick shape. Let's get a 6-pack. Let's like do this high intensity, you know, getting great, like be able to do these like crazy things. I think it's going to shift a little bit toward like, no, you're going to have a body and you're going to have it till you die. And it's going to affect everything that you do and how you live. And you're going to want that to be optimal. How do you best like maintenance it and like take care of it? And then also talk about like the TAM, the total addressable market. There's like, you know, a portion of the market of people that like want to get in shape, but everybody has a body. So if it's an industry of body maintenance versus like a fitness industry, it's a much bigger market.
Sure.
You have to have good.
I appreciate it.
Self-talk. You have to.
Yeah.
You must like whatever voice is going on inside your head has got to be encouraging. Yeah. And I mean, it goes back to like the way you encourage other people in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, you get to know them, you encourage them. You always boost other people up. And that same voice that you're boosting other people lives inside your head too.
Yeah. No, I feed off my own voice. I feed off other people's energy. Like I would definitely say that on a scale from, 1 to 10, we talk about the introvert extrovert scale. Like I feed off being around other people for sure. Like doesn't mean I don't need my quiet time, but like I'm an energy, I feed off just like I try to feed people's energy. Yeah. I'm feeding off the energy of you guys, feeding off the energy of the gym. But yeah, no, I for sure. That's part of like who I am, is just trying to be mentally tough in everything I do. When you're a startup, you have to be scrappy. You have to find ways to sort of penetrate and disrupt with limited dollars.
You got to be about something at that point. You really got to be about.
You have to believe.
Yeah.
As the entrepreneur and as the people behind that, you have to really believe. Mm-hmm. Like you guys believe in what you're doing. I mean, you feel it. And there's no.
Yeah, you can't make me stop doing it. And that's the thing. I'm going to be doing this.
You're going to find a way.
You take all this stuff away from me, I'm still going to be doing this.
100%.
You can't stop that. Like, because I believe in it.
And let me just say, you guys, during a period of COVID, and we've had several conversations, like you guys deserve a lot of credit for where you guys are now. And I know you're not taking any victory laps, and I know you're just getting started. But there were some dark days there when no one was around New York City.
Yeah, man.
You guys are down here trying to hang on, knowing that what you guys were offering was really special, right? And it deserved to be in the world. And you had to fight and make some really hard decisions, and look where you are. And
I learned a really valuable lesson. Oh, thank you, bro.
Seriously, that's really meaningful. Thank you.
Honestly.
I mean, I learned that you really can't go out of business unless you quit. Like it's very difficult to get to this point where like somebody's going to take you away in handcuffs and you're not going to be able to like do, you know what I mean?
Like they did try that in some gyms in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's possible, but it takes a lot to get to that point.
Yeah.
And if you believe in what you're doing, you're all about what you're doing, nobody can stop you. You're going to you're going to figure
Or
it
you're
out.
going to find a way.
One big thing is that we got ourselves in front of people for the first time and had to articulate our product, which we never did before. Before, we just waited, we trained. Me and Dan were coaching every day, you know, like 5 to 6 hours a day. We weren't even available to like meet new customers. We weren't trying to articulate.
You
our
weren't set
product
up for
to-
scale.
Yeah,
You were set up
we
to
didn't- we
really
weren't
get the
even
message
thinking-
out.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
weren't even thinking scale, right? Like we could sort of talk to people if they came down and found us, but we definitely weren't reaching out to the public saying like, hey,
This is
if
what we
you're-
do, and this
what
is why we're special.
we didn't do any effort
We,
like
we
that.
just hoped that other people would send their friends to us.
Yeah.
That was our only way of really attracting
And then
business.
when we did start reaching out and people responded, it was extremely encouraging because then we realized like, hey, oh, there's a lot more people that actually want
And
this.
some people actually commute far. They're not like, hey, like I'm coming 20 blocks, but like there are people that are coming from other boroughs. There are people that are like, you know, making it a priority. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing.
It makes you
so you
feel
guys,
like
so that's what we call
special.
top of the funnel acquisition. Like you were relying on really referrals and friends, but a lot of people like, they're intimidated, right? But you guys really weren't getting the message out. And then you guys, hey, like we can market this product and there are people that want to be part of this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's powerful.
And that was powerful to us. That gave us so much encouragement and it changed our belief of what our company could be.
Yeah.
Like it changed the vision of what we could be.
And that you could, I mean, listen, we know when Woody comes here, like he was like, hey, dude, you got to open in San Francisco. Like
Yeah.
people come in here and they're like,
Yeah.
this doesn't exist in other markets.
Right. That is the most popular thing we hear from anybody from another town, which is like, you know, this would crush in Des Moines or wherever they're from. It's just like because they're one person who
Right,
has to go. It's
exactly.
like, I don't think that's
Well, I'm not
exactly
sure
how
it should be your second market.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure exactly that's how it works, but okay,
Yeah.
Sam. Before we go, I want
Yeah,
to harken
please.
back to something that you said earlier, which was interesting to me, and the fact that it was a 10-year journey. And I think this idea of time horizons in business and in fitness kind of run in parallel, which is people think if they don't get in shape in 90 days or they're not profitable in 90 days, like it's a failure. And I just think that that's like kind of a false premise. Like what are you seeing as like real reasonable time horizons for, and I know it's probably a case by case basis.
Yeah.
It's a tough question to answer, or how do you convince people that you're working with that maybe their time horizon is not appropriate or too aggressive for what it is they're looking for?
It's a very good question. And I would say Body Armor happened to be a longer time horizon than probably what exists today in the marketplace, just the way that the capital markets are. I mean, obviously we've gone into a little bit of a downtick here, so that may change backward. But it was a real methodical drive by the person who was the visionary, Mike Rapoli. He drove that business. He basically saw it happening and understood the length of that journey. I think some people who are first time operators want to get to the finish line. And, you know, I think it says it on the board here. It's not the destination. It's really the journey.
Yeah, it's
You know-
the man who loves walking is going to go further than the man who loves the destination.
And that's, I mean, honestly, that sort of sums it up, right? Like you need to be on this journey. You need to be patient. You need to pick and choose your opportunities, and you need to sort of like no two cases are the same. You know, going to business for a second, like you need to have that, you know, you need to be able to pivot, but you need to have sort of that North Star, and you need to sort of be, articulating it, you know, sort of, you know, driving towards that. But it takes time. Success takes time. Being successful doesn't happen overnight. Yes, there are overnight successes that we see, and we all sort of, oh my goodness, could that be me? But like at the end of the day, like driving towards that takes time. In the gym, it's the same thing. I mean, you know more than anyone that, you know, you got to really commit. You got to stay in it. And, you know, ultimately it'll play out, but it plays out over, you don't look in the mirror every day and like, oh, you know, that's why you kind of do those monthly shots, or you do, you know, you take periods of time where it's a journey, man. And you got to be on a journey that you're enjoying, because otherwise you're going to want to try to peel off that journey as quickly as possible. And that's ultimately like, you're going to sacrifice, you know, what could end up being the case.
I think it's the biggest mistake people make is they want it too soon. And if they would just stick with it, like, you know, so many things are possible.
Well, they also try to make decisions to make it happen quicker. And that ultimately could sacrifice the long term. right? So like it's both ways. Like they want it, and it's one thing to want it, but accept the fact that it could take longer.
Yeah.
It's another thing to want it and try to make it happen sooner when it's just not ready.
Yeah.
You know, and that's ultimately where people, you know, that's ultimately where the rubber hits the road, and people ultimately end up, you know, finding, you know, it ends up hurting the potential.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no like playbook for
Right.
time. There's no playbook on, you know, there's, you know, obviously business case studies, personal case studies in the gym, but there's no, everything is different. Right. And sort of like you have to understand your journey and where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Right. And accept the fact that it's not going to just happen.
If you don't enjoy it and you get there fast, you're going to piss it away anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you're not going to keep it. You got to enjoy it to keep doing it. No one who looks great or is in great shape doesn't enjoy it. I just don't believe that that's true.
Yeah, you're right. It's how it goes. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it to get there.
And I think business is the same way.
get there,
If you
you
don't
gotta
love it, it's too hard. It's too hard if you don't enjoy
Yeah.
it.
And then ultimately, like you think you're running towards something, you get there, and ultimately you're like, wait, hold on, this was supposed to feel better.
Yeah.
Or this was supposed to feel different. Or I had these like thoughts in my mind on how this was going to feel, and it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
And now I've done it all, and I sort of didn't really enjoy it because I was running towards this place. Right. And that's, I mean, I've heard that so many times from founders.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and then they kind of go back around and they try to do it differently.
Yeah.
A second time and really appreciate it.
Yeah. You don't want to miss out on the good stuff. Business, fitness, any of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the trip.
Well, Sam Frankfurt, thank you.
Thank
so
you, boys.
much,
It was a
brother.
pleasure. I
Yeah,
appreciate you
this was
guys
great.
having me on.
This has been awesome.
Much love,
This has
dude.
been
Family.
Citizens of Fortitude. Sam
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, boys.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Dan,
This is where we take training seriously,
and we do what works.
and we'll see you in the next episode.